I'm sorry.
That's short. Yo, we're only 30 minutes late to start. That's pretty good for us.
Yeah, because we prepared like an hour
Only 30
early.
minutes?
You know,
Dude, this is why we're supposed to prepare
it.
at like 10 a.m.
Yeah,
well-
folks, hello everyone.
Well, yeah.
We are
You
live.
heard-
Yeah,
you
folks,
fucking
hello
heard
everyone. We are live.
All right, that's
We are live, folks. Hello, folks. We're live. Joey has returned. Tanner has somehow
Hi.
returned.
I'm here for the day.
I'm
Don't worry, I'll be gone for tomorrow.
talking about.
I don't know what Tanner said. I'm gonna pretend it's an insult. So, hi, Scoop. We are the people of Storytime with Scrappy and Friends. I'm Scrappy, and the rest are and friends.
And he has a scrappy little attitude.
Can I be the and?
So,
Friends.
I'd
No,
like
you're
to
the
give
friends, I'm the
several.
end, like all dibs.
I would like to make several apologies first and foremost to the Europeans for wrecking their schedules yet again.
I
We were
wasn't
supposed to
going
start
to
at
sleep
7.
until 3:30 in the morning, and that was only to make sure that my cats don't fight foxes again.
Yeah, we'll make up for it by reading a fic consisting entirely of national stereotypes.
I'm
Exactly.
2 of them.
So, we were supposed to start at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, but the future refused to change. So,
I was literally told 1 in the morning. I do not see the difference.
anyway.
Trying to do story time at a timely manner. That's funny.
Fucked. I already posted
You know what
the
else?
story behind why we start at 1.
Well, no, we did it on time because
Exactly, we are on time
it is
by being 30 minutes late.
it's story o'clock.
Basically. I'd like to apologize to the audience just for our general absence, and some of it is my fault, and some of it's just because honestly, I've had the flu for like the last month or so. So, somewhat of an alibi. No, the Great Disney Games is not ready yet. Yes, I'm still casting actors. And also Tanner's coming back, I think.
Again, I am canonically dead. What are you talking about?
But we're not reading Disney stuff right now. Instead, we're going to read something that's also pretty destructive when you get right down to it. Today's episode will be focusing on a single chapter of a story based on Team Fortress 2.
Which one?
I'm getting to that. For those of you who've only grown up in a post-Overwatch world, the Team Fortress 2 was this wonderful shooter from a company called Valve, back when shooters were good. I say never having played shooters.
No, you're right. You're right.
Team Fortress 2 is a game.
You're gonna get top of r/gaming with that take, my boy.
Because he's right.
I am 75 years old. What the heck is an r/?
Is Reddit?
I'm 25 years old. I remember the PS1. I'm too old to be alive.
I assume Raider's talking about Reddit, right?
I know, but
Okay.
Jesus, are you older than Scrappy?
I didn't bring up Reddit. That was Tanner.
Oh, there's Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please be my friend on MySpace.
So, yeah, Team Fortress 2 is a comical first-person shooter title that was developed, still is being developed by Valve Software. It involves a class of 9 mercenary psychopaths fighting over land. Hilarity ensues.
Usually.
Yeah,
Just-
that's pretty much it. It's also very much like a riff on like 60s spy fiction, which you kind of get, especially with its theme music.
Yeah.
There's also a spy.
Yeah, there is.
And also, the
Yeah.
only acceptable map is 2-4, and the only acceptable game mode is Capture the Intelligence.
I mean, I guess I had to take your word for it.
Thank you.
Yep, it's 9 classes of various...
Money and lead you into a bee sanctuary for saying that.
It's fine, I used to play My Little Pony fan servers on Team Fortress 2. They were actually kind of goated.
That does not help that does not make me want to kill you any less. In
Damn.
fact, way more.
What absolute difference does that make?
The Little Pony of it all.
I feel like pardon me. I feel like the circle of TF2 fans and MLP fans feels like a Venn diagram. It's actually just a circle.
Oh, it
It
totally
is.
is. It's
Real,
the best
real.
way back to
It
play it.
explains so much. I don't interact with either of them.
Nice. You. What are you doing here? Go have sex or something.
I'll just go
Yeah, I
sim
mean,
for
do something
VTubers
I
again.
can't do, for fuck's sake.
So, what was I saying? Oh yes, 9 classes of various national stereotypes get together to kill each other, and when they're not killing each other, they're just usually hanging around their base, and that usually involves someone dying anyways.
This sounds like Foxhole.
So today's story, we're going to read about, well, the character's off time. It is a pretty lengthy story called Ceasefire Days by Ruhr. R-U-H-R. I apologize for mispronouncing that. This is a story that was actually first published in 2013 and was last updated in 2022. It has 33 chapters, and I am so envious of this right now. So, yes, the premise of this story is basically in the title. Just little one-shots or multi-parters about the 9 classes dealing with their wacky hijinks in their off time. I sampled the first chapter, I can't even say last night, I sampled it like at 1 in the morning or something. So I sampled the first chapter earlier in the day, and yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part. It definitely shows its age in some respects. And that applies both to the in-universe, presumably anachronistic setting of the game, and I guess the time it was written.
We'll let you know. I'm gonna drop lore facts. I'm gonna be at like peak annoying this entire episode.
Very same.
Unironically, can't wait.
What was I saying?
I'm its voice actor, baby.
Yeah, I guess we should give a quick rundown of the class, like the actual classes, before we jump in. And since Tan's basically taking the lead on this one, I guess we'll start with his characters. He is voicing the Scout, the Bostonian jerk-ass who may be the trope codifier of douchebags in video games.
Oh, damn, it's a lot of paragraphs.
Fast on his feet, fast mouth. Fast to get his teeth kicked in.
By literally everyone, to be fair. He's got low health and jumps 3 times.
Okay, I heard
He had
both
3
you talking.
centuries, give him some credit.
What did Tanner say?
I said mostly centuries.
Okay, so Scout, Bostonian, loudmouth. Medic, German doctor of a dubious medical license.
Yeah,
Your standard mad scientist. The Heavy, he is just a Russian guy who apparently fought his way out of the Gulag. I've never played Team Fortress 2, folks, this is very clear. And apparently fought his way out of the Gulag. Loves sandwiches and his minigun Sasha.
And vodka.
Very much hyper, very much like stoic and introverted off the battlefield. Very straightforward. Definitely not dumb, but straightforward. On the battlefield, just overwhelmed with the joy of killing.
Good to know.
Low in appearance, but nobody is faster than his bullets.
Adriva will be taking on the role of the spy, the French assassin who tends to just annoy his comrades and enemies alike.
Genuinely a
Can I drop
bastard.
a little
Scout's dad.
Yeah, he scouts that also.
Okay, that's actually new to me. That
Scout
is-
does not know that. But I think he does know it, but is in denial.
That sounds about right.
More denial.
Radaran will be voicing the soldier, the loudmouth, hard-nosed, politically incorrect American soldier.
It's also lead poisoned
Sounds about right.
mean,
and lives with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
woman.
He lives with a what?
A wizard.
Apparently, yeah. I'm taking Tara at his word, and I believe him in this case because apparently TF lore is way more crazier than I even realized.
The
I
wizard's
mean, I
name is Marasmus.
Yeah,
The
I
wizard's
can tell
name
you
is
that wizard is
Erasmus.
real, but I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
anything about him.
He's
He also removed Demo. He was also the one who took Demo's eye because Demo used to be a janitor for him, and take his eye. He was more like, "Hey, don't open the Bombonomicon, which was a book about an ancient cursed book about explosives." But he was like, "I like explosives." Open it, and then lost his eye, and it's a boss. It's a boss. I think it. I don't remember if it was the first Halloween update, but it is a recurring boss in a lot of Halloween updates.
Oh, did we forget to mention that the scout can jump 3 times because the medic shoved his pigeon into his heart, and the pigeon is still alive?
In double jump, but I do like that idea that that's why.
It's true.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining the pigeon like
Archimedes is trapped in Scout's chest after the Uber
that's
surgery.
the ending of Meet the Medic.
Yeah, and that's why he can jump 3 times.
I'm just imagining like the I'm just imagining that
Go on.
I'm just imagining the pigeon like just operating like a pulley system from inside so Scout can jump more.
No, it's just because the pigeon can fly, he can jump.
He sometimes he gets if you get Scout gets blown up, you will see a pigeon flying.
Yeah, the
my
the
God.
pigeon literally flies out of what's left of his chest if he dies.
Yeah.
Cartoon
What was
for
this?
kids. 12 plus.
What was I saying? Oh, okay. We mentioned the demo. That leads us to Joey, who voices the demo man, the eye patch wearing. Yes, the eye patch wearing Scottish explosives expert. He likes explosions. That's kind
What
of his
makes
thing.
me a good demo man? Well, if I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be here talking about it now, would I?
If Heavy is boisterous with joy, Demo is boisterous with rage.
Have you met a Scotsman?
Exactly. Oh, he's also an alcoholic. And
I'm literally drinking. Like, what more do you want from me?
heavily implied to be because he's very insecure about his eye, and also he's a heavy drinker, full of self-loathing and anger, and
Have you met me? And
trash
I'm not even Scottish.
disabled black man in the 1960s. I'm not just trying to be edgy. That's kind of a part of his character, but he said, like, I'm a black Scottish Cyclops. They've got more fucking monsters in the Loch Ness than they got the likes of me.
Anyway, Joey will also be voicing the sniper, who is an Australian sharpshooter. Pretty polite when he's not trying to
Your
kill
arse, you
you.
wanker.
And I will be voicing the Pyro, I mean, again, these guys, their classes tell you generally what you need to know about them. Pyro likes fire, never shows their face. Gender was a recurring subject of debate among the fandom for some time. I at least know that.
He also
Pyro might be a woman.
also definitely schizophrenic, because we've seen
Yes.
what the Pyro sees in their short, and he imagines that he's shooting a little tuba that shoots out bubbles and rainbows, and that the enemy team is
He likes to feed Scout with lollipops, and it's all good.
That's what he thinks he's doing when he's going out in combat.
He eats cake, he blows bubbles and rainbows, he feeds people lollipops, and I've never seen such horrific war crimes in my life. And I play Foxhole.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say the Pyro. Excuse me.
Pyro's great.
I'm no medical professional, but I would say Pyro's not quite all there.
Yeah.
And
physically.
And then finally, there's the engineer, the Texan good old boy who does mechanics. He's
a redneck with a Ford 150 Raptor.
Okay, as far as I know, he's just a pretty relatively chill dude. One of the older classes, as far as I know. He's just kind of not quite dad of the group, but he's probably like the least insane, at least on the surface.
Oh yeah, I
At
was gonna
least like
say,
the original 6.
he definitely has like a lot of like sociopathy that you can and rage underneath that vaguely implied god complex, and he also chopped off his own hand to replace it with a robot hand, so he can't entirely be all there.
Isn't he also a smaller Texan in a giant Texan mech?
I'm accepting that as canon. I have never heard that, but now he is.
At
So
Fortress.
anyway, meet the cast of Team Fortress 2.
You're welcome.
They're
Also, I'm sorry.
colorful bunch. They're a real colorful bunch, and Scoob, I'm reading your comments. I'm just like, what's wrong? Why?
Yeah, no, I'm seeing those too.
Oh,
I'm not
gosh.
looking
So,
at that. Maybe I should.
anyways, colorful bunch with some pretty colorful narration. We're gonna be applying some selective editing here because that's just what has to be done sometimes. Because first chapter is a bit of a doozy.
Yeah,
What am I hearing?
Why am I hearing like Scrappy like?
It's Joe.
Yeah, I heard double.
Yeah.
I also
It's
heard double.
It's
My
coming from
headphones
you.
not plugged in?
Does everyone have their streams muted?
Yeah.
I don't have the stream up. I have the fixed up.
Yeah, I don't have the stream up.
Damn,
Yeah.
you're not
Alright,
even
then.
supporting the channel. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess one of the spies has their stream up. So
A streamer is
Yeah,
a spy.
Red Red Spy is in the base.
What are you referencing, guys? I don't get it.
we're referencing that one little comic strip that Mad Magazine sometimes does.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that by the guy that wrote Dark Tower?
I don't know. Anyway. Oh dear.
Stephen King.
Yeah, I said I don't know. Let's see. What was the thing? Okay, yes.
I'm lost
Content
on this
warnings. Content warning. I know what you mean. I know what you meant, Joey. So, content I'm done. Guys, we've been out of practice, so
Yeah.
content warnings. Content warnings.
practiced? The fuck?
Okay,
Today's
takes
today's
place
chapter
in-
contains not episodes, for the love of Pete.
We're having an
Contain-
episode.
Yeah. Today's chapter is basically Scout has gay panic, so
What?
Again, TF2 takes place in the 60s, and also, Scout's a fucking frat bro, basically, so...
Yeah, the
Not
kind
helping.
of guy most likely to have a gay panic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gay if you kiss the homies goodnight.
It's not gay if you're wearing socks.
In
And kissing the homies
2024.
In 2024, it's literally law you have to kiss the homies goodnight.
Look, I put a picture of Miss Pauling up on the mirror before I make Mad Milk. It's fine.
Smash.
anyway.
I'm just
So, yes,
amazing
our-
ability to silence the entire chat.
What was I saying? Okay, so everyone's favorite douche bro has he just goes on a good one today, and we're going to sample. This is the only chapter of the story I have read so far, so we're going to sample this, and I just want to give everyone fair warning before we continue. I do not know the future contents of the future chapters. I will determine that off camera if we go forward with the story. I want everyone to know, and at least I can say that I do not believe that Scout's behavior is necessarily endorsed by the author, because no one in the story seems to actually endorse it
Yeah.
We're same.
or care. Like, they seem just kind of indifferent. Like, we'll read a chapter.
Look, any fan of any fan of Heavy and Medic can't be homophobic.
Real.
Yeah.
So we will be engaging in the first chapter of Ceasefire Days right now. This is chapter 1. This is chapter 1, the day after physicals. 3, 2, 1. It was physical day, or a scout like to call it. Get a needle up your ass because you may or may not have lupus day. Where the resident, completely sane German medical professional used none of his education, all of his "what happens when I do this" skills. So, needless to say, no one on the reliable excavation demolition mercenary team looked forward to physical day. However, it was an order, contractual, and probably just for show. In the end, one by one, Medic happily escorted each of his teammates to the base infirmary, using about an odd-looking mole that had always been there, or a graying hair that had decided to pop in this morning. Scout was always last. He hated doctors, ever since he was a child when Dr. Schmoll reset his swinging arm without asking if he was ready, resulting in a traumatizing pain that Scout will forever have nightmares about. So it came to no surprise that with his speed and paranoia, he managed to spend a day in the vents or in Sniper's van, pretending he had some important business to attend to, namely repeatedly stripping and cleaning his guns and drinking a hazardous amount of toxic bonk atomic punch. However, when Medic had gestured for Pyro, who was watching television with sincere attention, as he always seemed to do on physical day, did Scout know his time was nearing, for Pyro always went second to last. Scout didn't know why, but had tried to sneak a peek the first couple of physicals, only to find that the door was always locked. Vents in unassuming positions, and any other entrance otherwise unavailable. Whatever the German doctor saw every month under that asbestos suit, perhaps didn't see, was left a mystery, and Scout had long given up on his quest to unmask Pyro. Resigned to his fate, Scout slowly, which to most was a speed walk, made his way to the infirmary waiting room, after reassembling his scattergun for the 34th time that day. Out of habit, he tried to peek behind the blinds on the other side of the door, and as usual, saw nothing.
Freaking Doc.
The youngest Red member grumbled, kicking at the ground as he wondered if it was worth skipping physicals again. The last and only time he tried had ended particularly bad, with a stern yelling, to by the administrator, followed by a week of work without pay, along with a lack of shipment of bonk. It wasn't that Medic cared too much, although he did seem to enjoy the time he got examining his victims and or teammates, but it was protocol to mention anything out of the ordinary, and one did not simply miss a monthly physical with a good doctor. Scout was just about to take a jog around the base, if only to relieve the anxiety that always came before visiting the infirmary. He could still feel Archimedes poking around his insides.
Yeah, that's Medic's pigeon. Dove.
When
Dove
the door
is just
opened.
French for pigeon.
Put a pin in that, actually. when the door opened, Pyro came slowly walking out, head turned toward the room, waving presumably at the medic. A large lollipop clutched between his fingers, even as he tried to bid goodbye. Medic only mumbled an "Auf Wiedersehen." Holy crap! Yeah, no. Medic only mumbled a German goodbye, probably finishing up the paperwork. Pyro stood at the door for a bit longer, simply staring, and Scout quirked an eyebrow. Usually, Pyro couldn't wait to get out of the doc's place, as cordial and friendly as he was. Now, the asbestos suit-wearing 5'7" mercenary with a gas mask for a head was clutching a rainbow-colored lollipop to his chest, holding the door open as he watched Medic finish up filing away his medical history.
Yo.
Scout felt like he was interrupting a moment, like when he had the unfortunate run-in with the blue spy at his mother's house, where the two were holding hands right before he barged before he barged in because
Damn it, Ma. I had to walk all the way from the train station.
it was as if it was as if it was as if Pyro finally noticed he was there and quickly let go of the door, both hands holding both hands now holding tight to the lollipop, shuffling toe to toe. Hold on. Scout raised an eyebrow. Since when did Pyro stutter, or not notice his surroundings? It was literally his job to be on his toes, ambushing enemies.
Medic.
Not long. Not long. Where'd you get the lollipop, Mumbles?
Because Scout was easily distracted, and if Pyro happened, pardon me, because Scout was easily distracted, and if Pyro happened to take a moment or two to appreciate Medic with an undetectable gaze, Scout wouldn't pay it much attention if there was something more colorful around. Pyro brought the lollipop up to his mask, pressing the side, his cheek to it. Scout scowled.
Mm. What the hell? Since when does the doc give out candy? Sneaky bastard. Yo, Medic!
With that, Scout pushed past his friend, barging into the infirmary because hell, he wanted some candy, and if he was going to have a physical, he was going to get something out of it. He failed to notice Pyro let out a muffled sigh before skipping away. It was at 10 a.m. the next day that Scout had an inkling of one of his most terrifying theories. Dressed down as everyone tended to be on ceasefire days, and arm aching from a tetanus shot he swore Medic had given him over 10 times, Scout made his way to the kitchen, following the smell of pancakes. Pancakes. No one ever made pancakes. In less than 3 seconds, Scout barreled into the kitchen where most of his team was finishing up their meals, sniffing the air for the sweet aroma he associated with home. There, on the counter next to the oven, was a plate of delicious, savory butter and syrup pancakes.
Finally, something good!
Scout, I couldn't hear that first line. I know what it is, but I couldn't hear you at the first line.
Hell yeah! Finally, something good!
Scout laughed, ignoring the warning look Engineer was sending him. Fork still against his bacon and eggs. The mercenary made his way to the food, only to be stopped as a spatula smacked him in the knuckles. Scout let out a youch, cradling his hand to his chest as if it was his and Miss Pauling's future baby. Are your headphones plugged out?
What?
Need a reread.
Wait, what?
All right, okay, let's do it again. All right, let's get glass. Who gives a shit about glass? All right, I'm here. What the hell? Oh, my mic's speaking. I'm sorry. What the hell?
Thank you. Pyro stood at the oven, tending to one near-done pancake, an apron around his ever-present asbestos suit, and a comically large chef hat on his head. Pyro indicated to the pancakes, and Scout scowled, ready to snatch the plate away.
Okay, now.
Scrappy?
Yep, there he
Okay,
goes.
Scrappy,
Well,
rip.
All right, it's time to cover for him, you know?
Yeah.
So, how's your day been? Yeah, it's
Pretty
great.
good.
Mine's been,
Had to
mine's
do
been
some-
about that too. Yeah, I agree.
Had basically a nightmare of a morning and an afternoon. It's all sort of cooked out. I just got to sort out some shit tomorrow and then
Oh.
got some shit to do Monday. But other than that, I've had a pretty good day. Played a little bit of Foxhole. Got to sit in a tank for 2 seconds before immediately getting swarmed by infantry and getting bombed by anti-tank grenades.
Oh, that's a shame. I don't know what's going on over there.
The worst part is we
Sorry,
saved
man.
we saved the tank twice, and then we got completely goddamn overrun after repairing it. about the moment that the original driver got back and got into the tank, because only the original driver can unlock the fucking thing.
Oh,
Anyway,
of course,
Scrappy
it's
sounds
a
like he's
spirit bomb.
back.
Yeah, I know.
I leave for like 20 seconds. Like what?
We're covering for you. We're filling in
Yeah.
Scrappy's just
empty
describing
air.
Space. Yeah. What are
Joe's
we
just
supposed to
describing
do?
his trip to Wawa. It's fine.
Average trip to US Walmart. Thing is,
Basically.
I
Okay,
could
so-
have gone to Asda, but at the end of the day, I just decided I needed to save money. And I know for a fact I
live
could have picked
better.
up a family bag of Cheetos all for myself, and I was like, nah, not worth it.
Save
Okay,
money.
so where did
Live
I cut
better.
out?
Walmart.
Or Asda in the UK.
Hmm.
That's the price.
Where did I cut out?
Returning
After the Pyros line.
Just reread the line.
Oh gosh, I don't feel like doing their voice again.
From
Pyro indicated to the pancakes, and Scout scowled, ready to snatch the plate away and shove it all in his mouth.
Little Pyro make pancakes for doctor.
Commented Heavy, sitting over a plate of bacon and eggs, most likely prepared by the engineer who often made extra breakfast for anyone interested. Scout spared a glance over his shoulder at the rest of his team. Heavy and Engineer were tending to their breakfast side by side, the former attempting to read an English newspaper and the latter trying to convey some sort of message from behind his dark-tinted goggles. His own newspaper settled on the table. Sniper was sitting next to Engineer, poking at some cereal but more so favoring the decaf coffee clutched in one of his bare hands. Gloves along with vest and hat were probably hung up in his camper. The demo man had taken up residence, surprisingly without alcohol, across from Sniper, chowing on a gratuitous amount of bacon and eggs, softly humming to himself as he took some sips of what looked to be coffee. Neither soldier nor spy were to be seen. One training because ceasefire days meant get your ass onto the obstacle course, and the other because...
I have no idea who's talking.
That's the spy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, where I was just looking away.
Yeah.
God, I love this. I love when revivals don't change anything about the original. This is how I remember the time.
This isn't a revival. This is just a comeback from hiatus.
Yeah. Okay, so
An
can you read the
unnecessary
last
hiatus.
sentence or so, just so I make sure I'm at the correct spot?
Somehow
Neither
story time
soldier nor-
returned.
One training because ceasefire days meant get your ass onto the obstacle course, and the other because.
Start with the
Okay.
sentence, neither soldier nor spy. Start with the beginning of the sentence.
No, that was enough. I just needed to make sure I was at the correct spot.
Okay.
I don't really... I don't really like any of you, so pardon me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I read it. There you go, buddy. Haha.
Perfect
And-
spycraft. He was
Yep.
wearing the soldier mask at the time.
Yeah, he was.
and pancakes. A beautiful plate of half-finished pancakes sitting in front of Medic, who had taken his usual seat across from Heavy. Effing pancakes.
What?
Because Scout had hardly seen Medic eat anything but toast and... Because Scout had hardly seen Medic eat... the love of... Hold on. Because
Not even
Scout had
asparagus.
hardly... What?
Not even asparagus.
I don't know what
Snails.
that... I don't... Okay. Because Scout had hardly seen Medic eat anything but toast and cheese, and because what the hell? Pyro was his best friend, and those pancakes were supposed to be for him, not for the unlicensed sociopathic German medical unprofessional.
Danke, Herr Pyro. But I'm not sure I can finish all of that.
Remarked Medic, stirring his black tea, giving Pyro an unappreciative not smile, and not even bothering to suggest that Scout could have the rest.
See, what? Freaking! Why does he get pancakes? I just want to know.
First Scout, pointing accusingly at Medic, who glared at him.
Maybe because I keep all you Dummkopfs alive?
He offered. Scout was not easily shut up, though, even as all his teammates, minus Demo Man, who seemed to list breakfast as his third favorite thing after explosives and Scrumpy, were making it obvious that questioning this morning's events was just not worth it.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one that gets everything done. Give me those
That's Scout.
bank.
That's
Oh, shit.
Scout.
So yeah.
Off the soldier mask. No one finds it funny anymore. Yeah, well. Yeah, well, I'm the one who gets everything done. Give me those pancakes, Chuckle Nuts.
Scout Scott, making a grab again for the plate on the counter, only for Pyro to whack him again. Pyro snapped. Scout glared.
Fine. Give all of them to your chummy chum doctor so we can keep giving you stupid lollipops.
Returned Scout before barging out of the kitchen. And as Scout made his way toward his room, he laughed bitterly to himself. Imagining Pyro I'm 12 years old. Imagining Pyro kissing Medic's big fat head with the mouthpiece of his mask. It's just the visuals and Scout being a petty assholes what gets me.
No, you see, it's funny, because, like it's two men kissing, and that ain't normal.
You can't say that. It's 2024.
It's just the big fat head part that gets me.
Big head.
Imagining Pyro kissing Medic's big fat head with the mouthpiece of his mask. Scout froze in his tracks. It was no surprise for Pyro to make food once in a while. The firebug seemed to enjoy cooking, actually. But Pyro never seemed to favor anyone, unless it was a birthday, and he went out of his way to bake a cake for the lucky team member, who was only either Scout, who announced his birthday like Christmas, or Engineer, who received a letter and balloons each birthday from his wife and daughter back home. Only Medic, and probably Spy, knew the birth dates of the other mercenaries, and neither were inclined to mention such things. Then, Scout recalled yesterday, when Pyro spent longer than usual staring at the dock, the colorful treat held tightly in his gloved hand. Sure, after much pleading, Medic gave Scout a lollipop, but Pyro didn't strike Scout as the type to need to badger someone for candy. Meaning that if Scout was correct to assume, Medic, unlicensed physician who spent every day, including weekends, in an anatomy lab during medical school, had willingly given the lollipop away. For one brief, very terrifying second, Scout wondered if Pyro had a crush on their less than sane German doctor.
No, Benji. Hey, Benji. Around here. Oh wait, that's
actually all those lines are from Scout, actually, so you're correct.
okay. I got it.
Engineer immediately stopped his welding and swung around, brandishing his wrench from his belt like a sword. Scout stood behind him, smiling wide. Sup? Engineer lowered the wrench and scowled beneath his welding mask, setting the lighting nozzle onto the table near his latest prototype Sentry. I think the sup was from Scout. Rats.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Say, sup?
Wasn't Demo Man.
What do you need, Scout? The Texan asked, lifting the mask up so it rested on his head, giving Scout a knowing look from beneath his ever-present goggles.
You spend a lot of time with Pyro, right?
Scout asked, folding his arms across his chest, fixing Engineer with a serious look. Engineer raised one eyebrow, wondering exactly where this was going, but he slowly nodded. Right. Scout nodded to himself as if satisfied.
Does he talk about someone from the team too much?
Scout prodded, leaning conspiratorially forward, glancing over his shoulder as if expecting Pyro, or Spy, to be standing there. Engineer just stared. For the last time, Scout, he doesn't secretly hate everyone. Engineer grumbled, reaching to bring his mask back down to indicate that the conversation was over.
No. That ain't what I'm asking about.
Scout motioned for Engineer to stop, waving his arms around. The balding mercenary just frowned, but nonetheless made no motion to bring the mask down.
Look, you see, yesterday, when I went down at the infirmary on account of it being physicals and all that, I saw Pyro there.
Engineer nodded. Yes, Scout, and I was there before them, and Sniper before me, and...
No.
Interrupted Scout again, scowling.
I gave him a lollipop.
Engineer just stared again. And
then
started Scout, waving his arms around again.
he stayed after his physical just to watch the doc, like some sort of lovesick girl or something, I swear.
Engineer stared. Is there a point to this? He finally asked, raising an eyebrow, unsure of what exactly Scout was getting at.
You get it? He made medic pancakes this morning, only for him. Since when does Pyro do stuff like that?
When Engineer said nothing, Scout nodded once again.
Pyro's got a crush on medic.
Scout finally asserted, a large smile on his face and pride at figuring such a sweet piece of gossip. One of Engineer's eyebrows went up again. Is that all? Scout's smile immediately dropped into a scowl again, and he crossed his arms.
Ain't you a bit grossed out? They probably touch butts during physicals.
Scout shuddered. If Pyro even had a butt, he added mentally.
I ain't installed that mod yet, so as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't.
Theme workshop, you like?
Excuse me. Alright, hold on. Do an engineer voice. I think you're thinking too much into this, partner. Meg does a lot to keep us all alive on the field, and it's actually nice that Pyro thought to give him a little thanks. Engineer explained, before finally dropping the mask over his face and turning back to his welding. From behind him, Scout glared, before he quickly exited the workshop, intent on finding one of his more practical teammates.
Yo, Demo!
Scout jumped over the common room's raggedy couch, landing next to the demolitions expert who was leaning over the coffee table, staring at a piece of paper in deep thought.
Hey, laddie! What's going on with you?
Demo greeted offhand, focused on his paper as he scribbled something in. Scout leaned closer to get a look, but could barely read Demo's terrible chicken scratch, which was almost as bad as Medic's.
Big Pyro has a little crush on someone.
Scout said, casually leaning back into the couch, waiting for Demo to laugh. The eye patch wearing Scotsman often enjoyed a good piece of gossip as a scout, and a young merc couldn't resist sharing what he knew. He was on his way to see Sniper, probably in his van reading or on a roof shooting at animals in the distance, but caught sight of his European teammate's growing afro from behind the couch. Demo nodded.
Righto. Do you think I should send me mum flowers or jewelry?
Demo mused, setting the pen down against the paper and taking a swig from the Scrumpy bottle at his side. Scout frowned.
I think.
Started Scout, watching Demo Man's reaction as the dark-skinned man furrowed his eye at the paper.
I mean, you could say it's not really like saying anything bad about him.
Just a weird. I mean, even by a stand. I mean, I don't know.
Modern day political bullshit is weird.
I
It's just
literally
weird.
think it's okay.
It's just weird to describe him as the black man. Okay, that's
It's not that bad at all.
This is okay.
okay. It's
People
it's a black
are
man.
what they are.
Yeah,
they don't call anyone else white. That's what I'm saying. Just
of course, because most of them are all white skinned.
That's like
It's
a
all-
distinction to make. Like every he.
It ain't for later.
They specify like the German because like you can't just call them white men because they all look the same.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. What?
Like the rest
we-
of them, excluding
Hold on.
Can we
Hold
finish
on.
later
Hey,
because
let
this
me
is
have
not
this-
what this podcast.
Let me have this power trip, okay?
We
The
did.
German's German, the Scotsman's a Scotsman, the sniper's an Aussie.
all right. Just
The
call him
Demo
Scotsman.
Man
That's
is
what
a
I'm
Scot-
saying. Or
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Demo Scottish. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
works.
Just
That
call him
works for me.
Scotsman.
Just call him Scotsman. That's
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
description.
That's
If
what I'm.
you're weird about it.
If you're weird about it.
Don't make this more painful than it
voices,
has to be.
Now the voices in my
I'm
head have
fixing
shut
a
up.
problem here,
No, you're not.
which is
Watching
weird.
Demo Man's reaction as the Scotsman furrowed his eye at the paper.
I think Pyro has a crush on Medic.
He waited for the inevitable drunk laughter.
I'm lost 1 minute.
Because you had to be that guy.
I did. I absolutely had to be that guy.
You didn't. Find the
I-
line, please.
Found it. That's so. The man can't see nothing. Maybe she'd like to smell flowers more.
Demo trailed off as if Scout didn't just announce the biggest piece of gossip to hit Red's Mercs. As if Scout didn't just announce the biggest piece of gossip to hit Red's Merc team since they found out Sniper's mom tried to set him up with a girl 10 years his junior during Christmas.
Man. It's a birthday in a couple of days, and all you know, I wish I could be there, but this fucking administrator would let anyone break free other than the bloody Christmas.
Demo grumbled as Scout's frown grew.
Hello?
Did we lose Scrappy?
No, wait, yeah, Scrappy, where's he?
Just faded into the aether. Spoke too
He's
loud.
gone again.
Got too close to the sun.
So yeah, the foxhole story, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Right, so we barely... I am carrying on. We barely hold off the enemy forces for long enough for the original owner of the tank to come back, unlock it, get inside, only for the tank to be cruelly destroyed after 3 infantry attacks of anti-tank grenades basically just being slammed into the thing, with 2 guys from another tank that was supposed to be fixing their tank prioritizing our tank because it was a siege weapon for a massive planned assault that I accidentally ended up joining into, because what I was originally doing at the beginning of all this bullshit was supporting a battle tank with a massive destroyer of a thing, just on like a skirmish job, and then just like more armor just kept piling on, and I eventually found this assault. So yeah, unfortunately we lost the tank. As far as I'm aware, the majority of the assault got through, but I feel like it got destroyed by automated defenses by the time it got to where it was actually supposed to be attacking. And we never cleared off the we never cleared off the enemy infantry off of the ridges of the
Joey?
canyon. Yes, you're back. Hi.
Yes, I thought I was back because my internet said it was connected, and I tried to read again, and then it cut out because this internet is just
Garbage.
like I have no joke. There's no joke there. It's just garbage. Like, okay, yeah. I already regret this episode. Anyhow,
What do you mean? It's going
We're,
great.
we're barely halfway through, Scrappy.
We're
How can you
literally
regret it
telling
now?
2 stories at once. It's great. We're doing like twice the work in half the time.
Exactly. It is a double feature, or it's lock-on technology. You know, you can play Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. You can listen to the Scout being homophobic or Joey committing war crimes.
I'm having the war crimes commit to me in this story.
Well, either way,
Okay,
it's a tale, my friend.
That's nothing to
What?
compare to what happened 2 days ago. That was war crimes. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, my brain is not in. It's not in what we call peak condition, so I can only follow so much.
I'm not either. I'm just
We're
that's why
halfway
I'm not
there.
cracking
living on
many
prayer.
jokes. I'm just like trying to give good line reads.
I'm genuinely trying my best as well.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to disrupt. We're just trying to fill air so we don't have like a window of quiet while you're having
When you
tech issues.
disappear, yeah.
I don't mind that. That's the least of problems today. I'll just leave it at that.
You said Joey, I stopped.
Character development, a rarity in story time.
Hello, Burst Scout.
Hello.
Thank you. And you're all better than you think you are. I just want you to know that.
I know I am, but only because I'm drunk.
I think I can be that amazing.
Hello, Burst Scout, leading to stand up on the couch, jostling the Scots. Yes, Scotsman. Okay, I thought I misread as Scoutsman for a moment.
The Pyro. He has a big gay crush on the doc. During physicals.
Finally, Demo let out a laugh, taking a moment to drink some Scrumpy.
Did you see him touching asses, hun?
Demo teased, for once giving Scout the attention he demanded.
Well, no. But Pyro has a crush on the doc, I swear. Come on. Medic's the only one who's ever seen Pyro's face. They probably kiss and, other stuff when we're not around.
Scout defended, setting his hands on his hips. Like, was that Pyro? I feel like this, they probably kiss and ew. That's just.
There is probably.
That just sounds
It's
like
like
Scout
creative
being
censorship or something.
It's
No, I feel like
probably
that's
supposed
actually
to
how
be
Scout
like.
talks.
It's probably supposed to be something like he's not saying, but he's implying and he's grossed out by
Yeah,
it.
you could have put like air quotes or maybe like a hyphen because I was imagining he's cutting himself off. Like they probably kiss him.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Story Time, where I criticize the grammar of some character's homophobic screed. We do not let bigotry go without good grammar in this show, and I'm going to hell for that joke. So,
If you're gonna be prejudiced, do it right.
let's see. They probably kiss and so when we're not around. Scout defended, setting his hands on his hips. And enter.
what's going on here, maggots? Oh wait, that's sorry.
I thought I was doing soldier.
No, you can. I can't do it.
Oh,
I can hear the bald
Wait.
eagle in the background.
wait. So why did you do it anyways?
Dun, dun,
Do you
dun,
He was
think-
originally assigned to it.
dun,
What?
dun, dun,
Democracy,
dun, dun.
freedom, liberty.
Dun, dun,
Managed
dun,
democracy.
dun, dun, dun,
Helldivers.
dun, dun, dun.
Right around, you ready?
I guess I am.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I'm sorry. I forgot that entire
Freedom.
conversation we had before this.
You know what? Fine.
Baldeagle.mp3.
What's going on here, maggots?
Soldier barged into the room, a cigar hanging from his scowl. I guess that's technically correct.
Yes.
A cigar hanging from his scowl, clad in a. This isn't me being PC.
You can
this
say
is
it.
just...
You can say it.
I know. It's just, I
Vest.
always thought it was. I know. I just always thought it was a stupid description for a tank top.
It's
Like,
a
he's a soldier.
vest.
Call it a tank top.
It's a
I
vest.
always did too.
It's a vest.
Clad in whatever he wears and his uniform it's a white beater, whatever. He clad in his white beater and his uniform trousers, helmet hanging over his eyes.
I didn't see either one of you out of shape pansies on the obstacle course today.
Soldier made it his... I can feel Joey's blood pressure just rising at the word pansies. Soldier made it his life's duty to get each and every mercenary in on the obstacle course for at least 20 minutes every ceasefire day. And each and every mercenary found it easier to half-heartedly jump through tires and do mediocre pull-ups if it meant the American war hero wouldn't bother them the rest of the day.
Annie, I gotta write me mum this letter. Then order her some flowers and...
Excuses!
Snapped Soldier, coming around the couch to glare at the two mercs.
Your asses better be on the course today, or I swear on every German that I've beaten with his own spine that...
Yo!
Interrupted Scout, jumping onto the coffee table to get closer to Soldier. Leaning over so his face was mere inches from the glowering patriot.
Pyro's got a crush on Medic.
Scout grinned, waiting for Soldier to explode about inappropriate relationships between teammates.
Get out of my face, maggot!
Soldier backhanded
That word
Scout
was
so...
spelled with an M. And also not me.
Soldier backhanded Scout so hard the younger man went flying off the table, jostling Demo's bottle of alcohol, which fell over onto his letter to his mum. From the floor, rubbing his face, Scout watched as Demo's eye widened, as if his newborn child had just been cannibalized.
Look what you did!
He yelled, standing up and pointing at Scout.
I've been working on that letter for more than an hour, you bloody bastard!
Look what he did! Oh wait, no, what?
Hey.
Hey, snapped Scout, jumping to his feet.
The one who got smacked? What the hell? Don't you guys care that Pyro was in love with Medic and...
You can finish your girly letter after training, Private!
Grouched Soldier, setting Demo with an unseen glare.
Fuck off, you twat!
Demo hissed, waving a fist. Soldier's shoulders tensed.
You will respect me!
Hell no, you helmet wearer, sorry excuse for an American soldier.
Oh my gosh, you can't call him American, Joey. What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Peak racism.
Just you
Get
wait.
the hell out of my show. Get out. Oh, you think I'll go? Get the hell out.
Why are the rest of Soldier's lines just crime statistics?
Oh my god!
Soldier gasped. I hate you, Tanner. Soldier gasped, reeling back as if he was just hit.
What did you just say? You can insult me, but not America, you blind British maggot!
I'm Scottish, you idiot, and I didn't even insult America.
You shouldn't even be allowed to say the name of this proud nation, you immigrant!
America! America!
My God, Soldier's an asshole.
What a surprise, he's an asshole.
So is
Soldier Leopard.
everyone.
Yeah, because
Soldier leapt for Demo's.
TF2 universe is so kind.
Nice.
You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Soldier leapt for Demo's throat, and the two started throwing punches, wrestling from the couch onto the floor, nearly stepping on Scout, who crawled away as if escaping a war zone. So, just another day for him then.
What the hell is wrong with everyone?
He asked himself, watching in horror as the two best friends proceeded to make each other look like a bloody stain on the wall. Wait, they're friends?
Okay.
Can I? Do we have time for me to get into this?
hold that thought. Scout needed to find someone with an ounce of common sense. All right, break.
So this one's a bit weird because the blue and red teams are just whoever you're playing as. But the war update, which was also the first comic, and also where we learned the administrator is controlling everything, is controlling both teams, finds out that the blue soldier and red demo man met on one of their off days at an explosives expo and just started getting along really well and sort of became best friends. And the administrator gets worried about that because she's like, well, if they start talking about each other, they'll talk about us and find out that we're controlling both of them, which, first of all, Soldier would never be able to figure that out. The man, but okay, but that is, they had a war update. It was like you could fight, basically, if you played as Demo and killed enough soldiers, Demo would get new weapons. If you played as Soldier and killed enough demos, Soldier would get new weapons. It was like a voting thing. You voted but with your skill level, basically. But that's where that originates, and a lot of the fandom has interpreted it as Soldier and Demo Man, regardless of team, are best friends.
Odd couple.
I'd also like to point out that Soldier, Soldier was never a real soldier. All of his medals were made by him and awarded to him by him. And he actually flew over to Germany after being rejected from every branch in the military, and started just killing Germans until someone informed him that World War II was over.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, he's definitely like the dumbest class, and they play that up a lot more with each passing update and piece of supplementary material.
Folks, America.
A real American hero.
Hell yeah.
I still, unfortunately, his quote towards Sniper, I think, one of his KO quotes, I guess, still stays in my head rent-free about a kangaroo wife. Like, I was just listening to that, holy shit.
I'll send my condolences to your kangaroo wife.
That was literally a fan video. Rest in peace, the creator.
Well, it was
I didn't.
What you're talking about. Yeah.
I had no idea that. I didn't know that was a fake quote.
No, it is in the game, but it was. Joey's remembering that it's also in a famous fan video called Team Fabulous 2. Where Sniper's
I highly recommend watching it.
where he throws down a picture of Sniper with a kangaroo, and
A furry kangaroo just pulled off freaking deviant
Sniper's
art
corpse gets back up and goes, "Thanks, mate."
and then dies.
Anyway,
Canon, trust me.
back to the story.
What's going on here, mate?
Sniper glanced over his shoulder just as Scout opened the door to the roof, dragging his feet with a frown. The sharpshooter was... Oh man, I was about to say something. The sharpshooter was sitting on a crate, his coffee on the floor.
Well, you're far off.
Yeah, not too far off. His
Simile.
his coffee on the
Simile.
Yeah. Wait, I thought it would be alliteration. I don't know. Yeah. I can't remember anymore.
It's alliteration.
Tesco
Ah!
coffee.
I'm
dyslexic.
To what he's actually doing with the jar.
The sharpshooter was sitting on a crate, his coffee on the floor, a jar of piss near his feet, and his rifle across his lap. It seemed as if he was simply enjoying a nice day out, relaxed and out of his full uniform except for his hat.
By the way, that P jar is an unlockable weapon in game.
It's great. It causes slowdown and visual distortion.
I can imagine.
And also just increases damage. It's implied that in universe the effect is that they're just feeling so humiliated that they're more vulnerable.
Yes, I'm so humiliated. I've had a jar of piss thrown and shattered over my skull. I'm going to be hurt more by bullets, ignoring
Yeah.
the fact that it's just going to rip through me anyway, but the humiliation just hurts just that bit more.
Joey, do you watch Looney Tunes and go like, okay, that tunnel though, the Roadrunner shouldn't have run through that.
No, the Roadrunner genuinely is just a force of nature beyond that of what Wile E. Coyote can merely comprehend. That's why he was hired by the US government as a special contractor agent to deal with this affront to God, an affront to the United States itself.
Right, I didn't see Space Jam 2, I'm sorry.
Neither did I.
Oh gosh. Man, I had a whole stupid joke ready, but y'all took
Don't
my
worry,
thunder.
I'm dumber.
Okay, except for his hat.
No, my hat's amazing. Fight me. Back to the story.
Everyone in this place is freaking crazy.
Scout grumbled, dragging with him a crate from the far side of the roof. He set it next to the sniper and plopped down, elbows on knees and hand supporting his head.
Tell me about it. Gotta find a quiet somewhere.
Sniper mumbled, bringing his Akubra lower to.
Oh, god damn it.
It's a hat.
Great episode.
Oh, did we lose Scrappy again?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Dang.
So basically, wrapping
I'm
up,
gonna go
I
get
finished
some
off
water.
with a bit of context that wasn't that happened like kind of before the whole tank situation. And yeah, unfortunately, I was not able to get away and was gunned down by a couple of submachine guns when just after the tank was destroyed. I think out of the corner of my dying eyes, I just about saw that our stolen enemy tank was also destroyed. So Scrappy's back. Back to the story.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And then
Okay. Gotta find quiet somewhere, Sniper mumbled, bringing his Akubra lower to shield his face from the sun, giving Scout a pointed look.
I mean,
Started the speedster, completely ignoring Sniper's subtext.
I find out the biggest piece of gossip since your ma set you up with that chick, and everyone's acting like it's no big deal.
Sniper's face grew dark as he recalled last Christmas.
why'd you keep bringing that up, bloody pikers?
Grumbled Sniper, reaching for his decaf to calm his nerves. Scout ignored him.
I mean, come on! Pyro has a big flaming crush on Medic, and everyone acts like it's no big deal. I mean, I'm just saying, who's to know Pyro ain't some hot chick that Medic's been banging during physicals, you know?
Just 'cause my mum set me up doesn't mean I can't get a girl myself.
Sniper continued to huff under his breath, as if Scout hadn't said anything at all. Scout gave him a wide-eyed look.
Are you freaking serious?
Of course I am, mate. I've had plenty of girlfriends, you know. Sorry. I mean, it's been a while, but I still got it. It's the sunglasses. Sheila's thinking proper handsome with them on.
Scout stared. Then he abruptly stood up.
What the hell is wrong with everyone?
He yelled, getting spit in Sniper's face before turning and running back to the door. Jeez. Intent on getting as far away as possible. Bruh. Intent on getting as far away as possible from the his forever alone tendencies. Like, bruh.
Forever alone. Oh my god.
Yeah, wow. When was this
Literally
written
me.
again?
Literally me.
And his forever alone tendencies. Sniper's eyebrow twitched as he watched the roof door slam close.
It's probably jealous. It's definitely sunglasses.
It might have been the funniest scene.
Scout dejectedly dragged himself to the kitchen, starving from only the packet of crackers he ate in his room, and disappointed by all of his teammates.
Freaking bastards.
He mumbled. I'm sorry. I'm easily amused. He
Breathe.
mumbled.
Yeah, this is actually. They actually found out Sniper. They found him with that rifle near a school zone. I think that's how he got hired.
Oh gosh.
What?
Oh God.
He mumbled.
Good job, mate.
He mumbled, entering the room and making a beeline for the fridge. Not unexpectedly at all, Heavy was sitting at the table, munching on a perfectly prepared sandwich as if he had all the time in the world. If there was anything Heavy didn't rush, it was polishing sandwiches and eating Sasha. Wait, no, got that wrong.
Hang
It was
on.
polishing.
Crunchy.
It was polishing Sasha and eating a sandwich.
Those photos leak. No one is supposed to know about this.
I am such a piece of crap.
Same.
It was
Ja.
polishing Sasha and eating a sandwich.
Is Scout okay?
Heavy asked. Heavy asked, taking note of his somewhat friends. Lack of energy. Missing adjective or just speaking the truth?
Doesn't matter. I'm dying too much to know where we are.
Scout pulled out some leftover bacon before making his way to sit across from the Heavy. Not even bothering to heat up the food in the pan, the young man started to bite into the bacon, frowning the entire time.
You know, I was got a crush on the. You know, I was got a crush on the doc.
Scout mumbled with his mouth full, trying to enjoy the cold food and expecting Heavy to berate him for not heating it up.
What do you mean?
Heavy asked, wrinkling his eyebrows as he bit into the sandwich again. Scout shrugged, still chewing.
So, Medic gave him a lollipop after physical. Then Pyro looked at the doc like some stupid girl. And then this morning, of course, the pancakes were for that old German bastard. Pyro's in love with the Medic.
With that, Scout finished up his bacon and sighed, resting his chin on his hand. Heavy looked even more confused, if possible. The sandwich now sitting on the plate.
Does Doctor know?
Scout shrugged again, uninterested.
Who knows with that crazy asshole? He probably touched butts.
Heavy stared, unsure of what touching backwards had to do with anything. He looked ready to ask for elaboration, but the smell...
Jesus.
Shut up, Tanner. He looked ready to ask for elaboration, but the smell of smoke filtered into the room as Spy casually strolled in, wearing his full suit as always, complete with a cigarette dangling from his thin lips. And that's how you know this is the period stuff, because everyone's smoking indoors like a bunch of jack-offs.
Oh yeah.
It's the 70s.
All about that life. Gentlemen?
He greeted, heading to the fridge, sending a nod to Heavy, who returned it. Perhaps Spy could explain more about this crush Pyro had for Medic.
But God says little Pyro has crush on Doctor.
Heavy reiterated to their French teammate, who was rifling through the fridge.
Oh?
Spy finally closed the door after retrieving a wrapped parcel of foil. He took a moment to pull out a fork from one of the drawers and started to unwrap the foil, seemingly losing English, seemingly ignoring all else but his current work.
And why will Stout say this?
Spy sounded amused as he pulled out a small-looking pastry from the tin, smiling the entire time. Scout's eyes brightened at the sight of the pastry as Spy took a seat next to Heavy and leaned over to put out his cigarette in the ashtray at the center of the table.
Yo, let me have some of that, Frenchie.
Scout demanded, leaning over the table to get a closer look at the delectable pastry.
No.
Spy denied, tearing off a piece with a fork and popping it in his mouth.
Oh, come on! First Pyro's pancakes, and now you with your girly cake shit?
Rumbled Scout, sitting back in his seat and pouting. Spy smirked, taking another bite of the girly cake shit. Heavy looked between the two before shrugging and returning to his sandwich.
Are you jealous, Scout?
Spy said, a wide smirk on his sharp face. About ready to break into his embarrassing laughter, snorts and all. Snapped Scout from 10 meters away, crossing his arms.
Why would I want any of French crap anyway?
I'm sorry, did I hear French laugh?
No, I said, why would I want any of your French crap anyway?
It's French stuff.
I know. I stammered and then, like, tried to recover by being like, okay, like, how would Scout recover from a stammer?
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
I mean of medic. Perhaps you are the one with the crush and afraid Pyro's paying more attention to someone else?
Scout grimaced and immediately sat up in his chair.
Definitely not. Those two can go kiss and touch and whatever for all I care.
Scout defended before jumping out of his seat and snatching Spy's pastry. before the Frenchman could stab Scout in his hand with his fork. That's just so petty. Before the Frenchman so petty. Before the Frenchman could stab Scout in his hand with his fork, the young merc had already sprinted out of the room. Oh gosh. Professionalism, only here.
This makes me, I don't know if you've seen, I kind of want to see, just from the way you react to these character interactions, I kind of want to see how you'd react to the one episode of the TF2 show they ever made, Expiration Date.
Isn't that one with the bread teleporter?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of like fun spy and scout interactions. Also, Meet the Spy. Spy's trailer has a lot of those.
Just watch all the Meet the videos in order.
Oh, they're very fun. Yes.
It's been long enough. I should watch those. I've had a fascination with the classes for a while now, but Spy quirked an eyebrow before glancing at Heavy. The Russian shrugged, chewing on his sandwich.
He's strange, even for Scout, huh?
Oui.
Yeah, Spy, you really should go check on your son. Dinner was quiet. Usually everyone ate on their own time, or in their rooms, but Pyro had called everyone in that evening, having prepared a larger than usual meal of engineer's help. Regardless of all the mercenaries, including Spy and Minus Medic, being at the table, with Pyro preparing a dessert from the counter, no one was in the mood to talk.
What happened to your faces?
Medic, we haven't done our faces look the same as they always do.
You forgot about his midnight cosmetic surgery binge.
Medic noted as he walked in, missing his lab coat and rolling up his dress shirt sleeves, nodding at Demo and Soldier, who sat across from each other, sending one another glares as they shoveled food into their mouths. They both sported black eyes and busted lips. Amongst other bruises smearing their faces, but said nothing to the German, who just sighed and took his usual seat across from Heavy. I'm surprised Soldier hasn't made an attempt to kill Medic every other day.
Oh, God damn it! This is again. If autism speaks, I'm its voice actor. There's a lore reason for this too. They convinced Soldier that all of his teammates are American somehow, and only the enemy team is foreigners.
How noble of them.
You know what? If it works.
Yeah,
Concussions do that to a man.
yeah, there is a really fun bit where they're like, they're talking about Gray Man, who's a villain in the main villain of Man vs. Machine. And it's like, we're all Americans here. Unlike that idiot Gray Man, he was raised by eagles. Pauline is a assistant the administrator and kind of the team's mom. Pauline goes, actually not all of us, soldier. I mean, Heavy's Russian and Heavy not elbows her. Oh, right. Yes, Russian. It is big American joke on soldier. We are all Americans. That is the place I am from all the time.
They seems like a fun bunch.
Oh yeah.
Russia is an American state, trust me, bro.
But
Isn't
then
it
nothing.
like right in between Ohio and like Kansas?
I think it's the same state that The Simpsons takes place in.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
I love The Simpsons as an American.
But said nothing to the German, who just sighed and took his usual seat across from Heavy. Pyro hurried to fill the set plate with one of everything, even as Medic kept motioning him to stop.
Sorry, I lost. I started talking about
Ah,
Laura.
Danke, Pyro.
This is very nice. Okay.
Medic.
Okay. This is very nice. Danke, Herr Pyro.
Earlier.
Wrong
it's,
part, yeah.
Danke, Pyro.
Danke, Pyro. I don't know where to start.
Pyro held up a hand, indicating for Medic to not pick up his fork yet, before hurrying out of the room. Everyone took a moment to look after the merc before going back to their meal, used to Pyro acting in odd ways. Finally, the asbestos suit wearing 5'7" pyromaniac returned, holding something behind his back. He stood next to Medic, who just stared, as everyone else did too. No shame in even pretending they weren't. Pyro brandished a single yellow flower, hand-picked, out to Medic. The doctor blinked behind his glasses.
Oh, this is very nice. Danke, Herr Pyro.
He finally accepted, taking the daisy and setting it next to his meal. He shot Pyro a smile. Pyro swooned.
That's it.
Broke Scout standing up from his seat and slamming his hands on the table.
Let the record show that Pyro has a big, fat, girly, gay crush on Medic, and I was the one who found out all about it.
Sorry, can you add some more adjectives, Scout? I think we didn't get the message.
I'm lost because of the additional adjectives.
Big, fat, juicy, girly gay crush on Medic.
Big,
Juicy cake of a girly gay crush on Medic.
A big, fat, girly, gay crush on Medic.
yes, thank you, soldier.
Hoorah.
Hoorah, Marines!
And I was the one who found it all out.
Hoorah, medics.
Scout stood, breathing heavily, finger pointing at Pyro, who was still in his swoon. Everyone stared at Scout.
Sniper.
Medic.
Joey. It's Joey,
Joey.
the sniper speaking.
Sniper.
Oh, it looks like a medic line. What?
It was Sniper who said this, raising one eyebrow.
What the bloody hell are you talking about, mate?
Don't think little Pyro have crush on Doctor.
Elaborated Heavy, happy to believe he finally understood Scout's English.
Exactly.
Affirmed Scout, finger still pointing at Pyro.
I mean, think about it. The lollipop, the staring, the pancakes. Who else has seen Pyro without the mask? How do we know those two ain't touching butts back to back?
Why do we keep mentioning touching bombs?
Because that's probably what they're doing.
Goodness gracious. Breathed out Scout, tired of having to explain everything to all the old people on his team. Tired of having to explain everything to all the old people on his team.
They most certainly are not.
Said Medic, raising an eyebrow at Scout.
Hmm?
Jealous I didn't give. Are you jealous I did not give you a lollipop right away?
Sorry, can we break for a minute? I need to use the bathroom.
We're right at the end.
Get a chair, Harry.
Yeah, you can literally wait a minute and then we'll be done.
It will take you way longer to go to the bathroom than it will take for us to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you'll have a spare jaw.
Okay, so
By the time we finish, Harry will have exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
Ill issue.
I mean, if you
I
have,
went
if
to
you
the
have
same high school as him, and I
Can
never
we
had to
continue
piss.
so he doesn't have to wait?
Please do.
I think he already left.
I'm still here.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Well, anyway, not a chump. You're the only one who's seen Pyro without a mask. Now he's handing you flowers. Got to be something going on. Believe me, I was the one who found out about Sniper's ma setting them up.
Sniper visibly turned red and wished he wore his hat to dinner.
For real.
I almost forgot about that.
I mused as Soldier tried to visibly hold back a laugh. An engineer shot Sniper an amused yet sympathetic look.
Those were the days.
What a dumbass. Soldier reminisced as if the incident hadn't happened just a few months ago.
It was no big deal.
Sniper defended, getting redder as his teammates exchanged looks and tried to hold in laughter.
I'm sure all your mums did that once in a while, you wankers.
Okay, in order, it's Engineer, Spy, Heavy, Medic, Pyro, Demo. So, nope. Nope.
No.
Not that heavy recall.
Bye.
Medic.
Hi. What? Oh, my parents were divorced.
Say, boyos, that reminds me. Wait, is that...
Yes,
That's
Demo.
Demo.
Fuck my life. Does not read like demo.
Yeah, it does. He says boyos. And he also talking about the thing that was set up earlier.
Say, I'm lost between voices. Bear with me.
You're cool. You're cool. I had that trouble too a little.
I'm gonna replace say to I. I, boyos, that reminds me, my mum's birthday is coming up and...
Scout screamed, the sound interrupting Demo's question, and the Scout clutched his head before kicking his chair out of the way and running out of the kitchen. The entire table stared after their teammate, who screamed. Scout got water. I giggle. Whose scream grew quieter as he got farther from the room. Felt whose? There was a brief moment of silence as they all stared into the darkness of the hall that Scout had just ran into.
Did I get her flowers or jewelry?
Demo finally broke in, looking around a table for advice.
That's a bloody great idea, Pyro.
And that is the end of chapter 1.
Baby!
Alright, Harry, quick, cut it and take a piss.
Yeah.
P, go!
You're just standing behind him like a fucking drill sergeant.
All right, Harry, listen up.
Alright, you filthy maggot. Get your ass in gear and go to the latrine. I want to hear you piss from the other side of the goddamn commissary.
No,
Do
no,
you
no.
understand
And
me?
I say,
Get your ass in gear and get your ass on the toilet. I will have you pissing all over my floors.
I need to hear you pissing over the goddamn maggots doing push-ups in the front lines. Do you understand me, you filthy bastard?
If you haven't emptied your bladder well enough, I'll have you clean the bathrooms with your mouth.
If you don't empty
Ew.
your bladder right now, I'll empty it for you with a syringe. Do you understand, soldier? Yes, I play Foxhole. It's an amazing game. Get drunk, sit in a tank, see what happens.
I understand. I understand.
Run a
these-
regiment, they said. It will be great, they said.
all these
As
jokes.
we speak.
The regiment died before my honor.
All these jokes about pissing, and no one makes a joke about it sounding like frying chicken. What's wrong with y'all?
You're
It
right.
smells like frying chicken to you?
No,
Who the
it's
not
fuck is
smells.
frying chicken in boiled piss?
I wasn't talking about the smell. I was talking about the sound. There's a whole meme about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've
frying
never
chicken in
had
there?
that meme before.
KFC be like. I'm so glad my parents are so drunk they're knocked out.
More like piss or fi.
I'm so glad I drunk both my parents under the table before I started recording.
Pisser fi.
Sounds
Thank
like
you.
a Friday for you. That sounds like an interesting Friday, Joey.
Been a great Friday.
Okay, so well, I mean, I don't think I laughed once during this chapter. I don't think it's that funny.
No, you absolutely did not laugh once. I never heard you giggling. Absolutely not.
Yeah, honestly, the most boring chapter we've read so far. Not funny at all.
Nah.
You're such an asshole, Scrappy. You didn't laugh at all.
Quite frankly, this is quite shit. I don't think we should continue this. I think we should
No,
just like
yeah,
boycott
yeah.
all Team Fortress
Abs-
2 stories from now on. We're just going
Yeah.
to completely forget that the franchise exists. We'll only do Overwatch, Tracer, X, Genji.
Guys, roundtable discussion. Did TF2 fanfiction fall off?
I think you did. I
Did
think you
it
did.
fall off?
I think they did.
I think I'm more a fan of Team Fortress Classic fanfiction. I know it's a little, and it's a little hipster, but that's just me.
Hmm.
Nah, for real, we need to just completely scrap every plan we had and just do only Spyro reboot series fanfictions from now on.
We gotta
And we'll
sit
never.
through to make
And
sure it's all
we're gonna
reboot.
do 10. We're gonna do 10 chapters a day, every day.
Hey, you know what?
I
That's a
think
good
I would
work
break my
cycle.
own legs before I did that.
I think I am holding a steel bar right now.
He wants to be the one to do it.
I'm the one. I'm him.
You're the one, the only one.
I'm the one they call when they need a job finished
You're
You are
because
the
they
one
couldn't
that
finish
don't
what they
want
started.
Give me the
They
prize.
they start a front line. I finish it.
So,
Nice.
what was I saying?
So McDonald's.
So the I
Fanfiction?
guess what? Yeah, whacked out premise that it is. I mean, I think the author has a general grasp on the characters' voices. Like everyone feels like they should. Speaking as someone who has never played Team Fortress 2,
I recommend getting a time machine, going back to 2009 and playing it.
you have to
Yeah.
put a gun to my head to make me go back to 2009.
You should
This
at
took me
least
straight
watch
back
the
to
Team
fucking
Shorts.
2009. Do 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 do. By the way, it's the same sound that plays if you get dominated.
Yeah. This is no. Look, I am the fucking lore master here. I am the one who recites TF2 facts. You
He's
mother.
literally him.
It was actually quite useful for for today, especially because I haven't played the game. So thank you.
He showed me his birth certificate, and his real legal name is Himothy.
Timothy.
Yeah, him.
No, it's,
No, he's him for sure.
it is him possible or Kimberly Ann possible if you're going by my full name.
No, that's your mother's maiden name.
Yes, it is. Sorry, look, man. I've had a lot of weird thoughts about my mom. I guess.
Okay. This
got
is
your line.
turning into the average isekai.
I love how that's your line, Joey. Glad we found one. So,
It
what was I
really
saying?
isn't even the line. I'm just drunk enough to be able to make that line.
Okay,
No,
so
There's less line sober, trust me.
I know.
Hi.
So
Yeah, no shit, you know, we're writing a book together somehow, eventually, debatably.
Welcome back, Harry.
So what
Harry's
was
back? Holy shit, is he ever going live?
so what was said about have we said anything about the story yet?
A
no.
little.
I commented
Found
that I commented that I
mean-
found the author had a good grasp on the characters' voices. And
I thought I did as well.
Yep.
I mean, there wasn't really that much going on in the story. It was just Scout going to every other Team Fortress 2 character and saying that these two are interested in each other until the very end.
Yeah.
I literally only had one issue with one line, and that was the sniper saying something that sounded like something that the demo man would sound, and it was absolute bitch to VA it.
Yeah,
Because I
I
had to
mean, I
change-
kind of
I literally had to change the first word to something more demo man so that I could even enter the voice.
I'll agree.
Because I'm not Scottish and will not ever admit to be because
I-
I don't want a pipe bomb in my mailbox.
I kind of want to hear what some of you guys think first because I have some things to say about this.
I thought it was
I don't know if
hilarious,
they good.
despite Scout being literally Scout as written.
Yeah, I do think that works. Is that if you're going to do this joke, like if there's anyone who would be homophobic, it would be Scout.
I
And we
feel
all
like
know he's in
Soldier,
the closet
too.
anyway.
Yeah, but Soldier.
No, here's the thing. I think Soldier would genuinely be more accepting of it, so long as it wasn't a threesome, because then he's gonna pull out his launcher and start blasting them and calling them
No,
hippies.
I think he would like think of it as like,
Hmm.
yeah. Dude. No, I feel like he'd be cool with gay people until he figured out how many of them were communists.
You know,
Oh,
exactly. Communist, unacceptable. Hippie, unacceptable. Gay, free love, bro.
Oh yeah, no. That is what
Fuck
he
who
would.
you want in your own time, maggot. Just don't support the goddamn Reds.
Don't support the proletariat.
But Soldier, we're the red team.
Oh my god.
I do not understand. Red Soldier is canonically colorblind. Honestly,
Right.
change my mind. That makes
I'm
the
terrible for that.
absolute most sense.
What do you mean we're the red team? I thought they
Soldier
were
is
the red
colorblind.
team.
Because remember, there's
Yeah.
8 different characters here. They're not the same people. Red Soldier's colorblind. That's his character trait that differentiates him from Blue Soldier. And Blue Soldier sees Red Soldier, he's like, goddamn communist soldier. They'd never get along. They'd kill each other
I
aside.
imagine Soldier would just see like he would see if he saw two like dudes making out, he would support that more than straight people because two manly men celebrating the manliness that is America.
Exactly.
Is one
You
redeeming
know what?
quality.
I'm thinking about some of the comic stuff I've seen. I've never read any of it, but I've seen a bit. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Soldier is literally Democratic Tracer. Colorblind Democratic Tracer.
Okay, so
Soldier voting Democrat because he's colorblind. He just likes elephants.
and just like
He just likes.
wait, no.
Soldier would
I know.
never support the Republicans because they're red and the Reds are communists.
If he likes elephants, he'd vote Republican. So he likes donkeys. Is that? Yeah, never mind.
He'd support Donald Trump and then vote Hillary Clinton because blue.
I feel like Soldier would take those little pointers, with the like cartoon finger, like the gloved finger, walk in between both voting booths and just kind of be like, they're both American.
God
I
damn
guess.
it.
So what was I saying? All right, I guess I gave my thoughts, sort of.
Soldier would support free healthcare because it helps the American men fight longer.
Soldier would support free healthcare because it has the word "free" in it.
It's freedom healthcare. I've just solved the American healthcare crisis. It's freedom healthcare.
Yeah, boy.
I can't do anything
Okay.
for social housing. You'll need to think of something for yourselves there. I've done what I can. I'm not even part of your nation. I've done my part. Are you doing your part? Click here to find out more.
Click here to
So, Pedriva, your
more
thoughts.
followers.
Soldier, like, walking out of the voting booth feeling proud for voting for free healthcare. Demo's like, hey, but don't they
We had it anyway.
Don't they
Our healthcare's freer than the bloody Brits. True story. Scotland has better healthcare than England. They're literally the same country, but they have better healthcare.
So, Pedriva, your thoughts?
I mean, I already kind of gave it. It was pretty much just there, like not too much really happened. I thought it was funny though. That's basically it. I have like nothing to say.
Yeah, I feel like I know. Pardon me. Again, I don't know if any, like, I guess, character arcs, I say of air quotes, carry over to like the other chapters, but it does almost feel like this chapter's lot doesn't really get resolved, which is kind of the joke.
It's very slice of life.
It's very
Yeah.
Scout gets dumped
Yeah,
on
that's-
for having bad opinions and no one cares because they've got more important shit going on.
Yeah.
Well, Scoop seems to enjoy
mean-
it at least, so.
Scoop said it was very fun to listen to, and honestly, I think everyone did a pretty good job on the voices.
Yeah.
This was in my opinion, this was literally our best voice acting gig.
Dude,
Because-
probably.
What, in story
So
time?
many of us just genuinely, in all of what I've heard and been a part of storytelling.
I don't
This was
think I don't
literally
agree with
some of ours
that. It was good, but I don't think it was our best.
Okay, no, hear me out. In the actual voice acting of the characters, because so many of us actually understood the characters and what they're supposed to sound like, and all male cast, we were actually able to represent
Their personality.
The general
accurately.
tone
Yeah.
of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
guess-
even Scrappy got Pyro down pretty good.
Yeah,
He's welcome,
and
by the way.
He had so many lines as Pyro.
Just gotta
To be
make
fair,
noises.
Pyro had quite a few goddamn lines.
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect Pyro to have lines.
They probably gave Pyro lines so they could progress stuff in a way that they didn't actually have to write anything.
It was just weird.
And yet it still fits and is understandable.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's just weird that the resolution to the Israeli-Palestine conflict was written right here in Pyro's
Oh my god.
Oh.
Someone mute this dude.
Oh.
Can we ban this, John?
Okay. No, Scrappy, you were looking for a line? That's my line.
Oh, gosh, damn it.
The 1 out of 3 wars I won't associate with at all.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you have wars that you're cool with?
I mean,
No,
there's
okay,
wars,
yeah,
there's
stop it.
wars I'm willing to talk about and joke about,
I
but
mean-
that one I just don't. Okay,
You
know-
we're
you know,
going
th-
into
this
this,
is-
we're not here.
this
This
is-
isn't the podcast.
You know, this is Joey. I'm not surprised with anything he says anymore.
There's.
I'm not-
Anyway, moving on.
I go
There's
through
some
show.
shit we don't talk about live.
On
What was I saying?
ITV.
ITV is
What the-
literally a news channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I
Yeah.
made up that war. Is that actually happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god!
It's a
Where
serious
have you been?
military conflict in the Middle
yeah.
East happening right now.
He's
There's
taking the
reasons
piss.
why I won't discuss it.
I got some stuff to look up. I'll be right back.
You've been off the internet
For
for a little
real.
too long now.
You don't even have to be on the internet.
There are literally
Off the
people
top of my
attacking me
head,
for
there's
just
like
walking to a McDonald's nowadays, man.
Off the top of my head, there's like 3 wars happening right now, or I'm being drunken over freaking excessive on shit, and there's 2 and 1 I think is about to start. But
I think that sounds
Moving
right.
on.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not
So-
talk about
Yeah,
this.
a little too political.
Yeah. It's just
The point I
uncomfortable.
said for 2.5 minutes.
Oh my
Move
god,
on.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, yeah,
Tom!
Yeah.
What
Anyways.
did I say? Tanner, were you also? You know what? I don't even have a joke. Never mind. Okay, so
Moving on.
okay, so I enjoyed the story for the most part. I mean, the lack of resolution is kind of, I guess, like is itself kind of part of the joke. I guess I.
Isn't
Not
there
sure,
more
I
than one
haven't-
chapter to this?
Yeah, there's 33 chapters, so
Yeah, I
maybe they'll
s-
get like a
No, I don't think there's a part 2 to this.
Is it
It
like
is-
an
it is-
anthology thing?
it's a
Yeah,
slice of
it's a bunch of stories.
slice of
Yeah.
life for the characters' off days, basically. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Literally
content.
we could literally do one of these between every other story time that we do until we
I
get
would-
to the big project. Patent pending.
So what was I saying? I'm sure there's continuity between the chapters, but I imagine it's mostly standalone outside, like, you know, multi-part stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe this will get called back to eventually. I'd have to read the other chapters to find out.
This seems this seems like a story that we'd like just go back to every now and then, I assume, if we like
Yeah.
did it.
I think you would do this after like a really heavy or serious story.
Yeah, because I was looking at how many chapters there are. I can't imagine we're like gonna make this a main story, like we just go through the whole thing in like it's our main thing for a while.
This genuinely does feel like something we can do as our between episodes thing.
Yeah.
So this would be a really good thing for breaking things up.
Well, like between other stories or like. What?
Between episodes of story time, we can do like one of these.
Oh, you mean like a break episode? Okay.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sending. If we're
Maybe.
doing that, if we're you know dipping both toes, dipping both balls. I'm funny.
I love dipping my balls in. Never mind. Let's move on.
If we're really dipping both toes in that water, I would love to just send Scrappy all the Meet the Team shorts. This is my most Reddit episode. Jesus.
It's good to have you back, Tanner.
Read it? I'm illiterate. I've never read anything.
Uh,
According to anyone that's seen me type. I made the joke. I'm allowed to.
Does anyone else? Who's going next? Rado and Harry, I think, are the only ones who have.
Yeah, I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah,
so-
Harry said he wanted to go last.
I don't
I don't think we're
necessarily.
gonna let
I
him
don't.
get off.
I don't necessarily have to go last, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's a very slice of life chapter story, short story.
It's very fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed everyone here. I enjoyed the way they were written. Felt very in character. So it gave me about as much joy as a Meet the Team short.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's the highest praise you can give to something.
I don't know. I'd say this would work as a 15-minute short episode of like just Scout bouncing about all of the team and being like,
Yeah.
"Bruh, listen to me." It was good.
Harry, do you have anything?
Okay, I'm gonna pause the game because I can't do this and talk.
Abby's voice acting was rubbish. I know.
Yeah, no, it sucked. It was really bad. Worst episode. No, I enjoyed the characters. Like again, you guys did a really good job with that. And you know, as someone who doesn't know much about TF2, it was nice just hearing the shenanigans and stuff. But my problem is that I don't know. I thought the general premise was pretty weak. Like the whole homophobic thing, like it just made me feel really uncomfortable, and it felt like it was kind of dragging on with the joke. Felt like it was getting stale. Like it, I don't know. I just thought the premise was like I just wasn't a fan of it, and like since the whole episode was or the whole chapter was to do with it, it just it kind of got a bit old and I just feel hearing like homophobic stuff, even like as a joke, it just makes me feel really uncomfortable, and I just wasn't a fan of that. I'm sorry.
That's no. You have no
You know
reason to
what?
apologize.
Fully understandable.
I
And
would.
if I have to say something that the general community might hate me for, not that they exist, they're all bots, fight me. Harry's actually kind of right. This is very true to the characters, which I'll say in credit to the story, but in the same breath, it being true to the characters were written very tongue-in-cheek by essentially teenagers and young adults 20 years ago.
Yeah.
To me, that sort of sense of humor. Yeah, Harry's 100% spot on. It's kind of uncomfortable if you look into it and think about it and didn't really know these characters all the way through.
Right.
Of course, I grew up around this entire sense of humor. I still kind of find it a little bit funny, and I do think this was done very well. Keep in mind, Scout is clearly the bad guy in this slice of a life episode.
Right.
And nobody is tolerating his bullshit.
Not even
fair.
Soldier, which is why I was like, which kind of just made me take pause. So
That's fair.
I'm glad they
I'm
didn't
not
do
saying-
that, 'cause it would have been like the easiest thing you could do.
Yeah.
I think this was actually really tasteful considering the premise.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I think.
I don't think
Yeah.
Soldier like I feel like Soldier only vaguely understands like what a gay person is. It's fine.
Yeah.
what was this?
But no, I think.
I don't think
it's-
Soldier
yeah.
knows what sex is, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely would have enjoyed this more if the story was like if it was about something different, because like the characters and stuff were great. I had no issue with that.
What was I going to say?
I think that's more of a testament to the story than the content of the main character basically being the villain of the piece.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Sorry. So Harry, I'm probably in agreement with you. I think I like deep down within my soul, I do hope that I'm enjoying just like the general character interactions and just kind of everyone's kind of unspoken annoyance with Scout more than just like I guess the underlying premise. Because I think the author knows how to just write the characters interacting with each other and getting into banter. Like I think that's what I enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
Because I guess you divorce the chapter from that, and otherwise this is kind of this is a punching down joke with no real punchline, so to speak. Because there isn't any resolution.
I feel like
I
I'd
will-
feel a bit better if there was like some like resolution, like
Yeah,
something.
I was gonna say I was expecting some kind of twist. I would say that I do understand the discomfort, and I kind of agree. Well, first of all, I wouldn't say it's punching down because Scout is the butt of the joke. But I also think, I do agree that the humor got a little bit repetitive after a while because you kind of just expect everyone to like say I don't care to Scout.
Yeah.
And luckily they say it in a way that's like interesting and like idiosyncratic enough to their character to where it's pretty funny, but I will agree I wish that there was like I guess the point was like Scout didn't wait because he's impatient, but
Mhm.
I really wish there was some more of a twist there. I also think I will say though, I kind of like the premise because not only is it just like reading Scout's general vibe, I also kind of just like the idea that it is taking advantage of the game's time period and also like the weird like I guess alt history, because like if this were realistically the 60s, quite a few more people would have like I can't imagine everyone would have ignored Scout. Quite a few of them might have gotten like stirred up, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it's like funny, like TF2 takes place in such a weird version of history, and they're all basically cartoon characters. That
It
like
is flat out an alternate timeline.
yeah, that it's like, oh, this is funny that all of them are so wrapped up in their own like little world and just kind of comfortable with what they are that they really don't care who anyone else is.
Yeah.
It is also in like the 60s, 70s, and it's a different timeline. It's a completely different situation entirely. It was 50, 60 years ago.
But,
Thank you for making me feel old, Joey.
The game came out 20.
I know. Thank you for making me feel old with that as well.
2003 will be a one-man podcast on the Seaspring
We are
channel.
not thinking about 2003.
You see why?
Oh yeah, Pedriba had to drop out early because of a family not an errand. He had to go.
A family gathering.
Ooh.
Understandable. Life is pain.
I'm not sure about life being pain for him. He just had to go watch a movie with his mother.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
not...
yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, he had to watch a movie. Oh, so painful.
The
Fate worse than
horror.
death. Fate worse than death. I'll put him out of his misery. Call in the tactical squad. Yeah, I'm calling in the favor.
So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I read this chapter earlier today, and I guess I was of two minds of it from the time I finished. So, I guess the reason I didn't write off the entire story, because, well, I haven't read the entire story, and the anthology nature of it, I guess, means that, who knows, the author might have a better second swing or third swing.
Yeah.
We'll also say that
He has 30 short stories in his series, so...
I guess if they're all just like that short, you can just bang them out whenever you want and not have to worry about continuing anything.
This would be a good story to like keep in the back burner as well. If we struggle to think of what to read, this would be a good thing to go back to probably.
I've read this 3 times in worse words.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was about to say, bro.
Well, you said not exactly, but still.
More elaborately.
No, I think we.
As I said this 3 times in worse wording.
No, what you said is that we do a
I know
chapter-
exactly what I said.
I will also say.
Okay, don't let me speak then.
I will also say, one, I think it is. I also find it very interesting that like Sniper's characterization is like very weird, in that like I think. In that,
It's
like,
weak.
people really, really lean into, like, the crusty side of him, which is only, like, a little bit played up in canon because he throws piss and mumbles to himself, saying it's not a character, but I do find it very amusing how everyone just, like, immediately gleans the idea that, like, oh no, Sniper sits in the back of class.
Sniper's characterization in this story is weak and evolved into the memes.
Yeah, I will say that is another thing is I find the P-jar thing funny and that he's humiliating his enemies. I don't know why I don't know why so many people write him as if he's obsessed with piss. He's not. He's like,
Furries? I guess.
I guess.
Sometimes you just enjoy a jar of Granny's peach tea, okay?
Oh,
No,
oh my goodness.
That is
No.
vile.
No.
I guess.
Scrappy, you're not allowed to say things like that. You're the straight man. You have a character to play here, dude.
So,
Anyway.
yeah, I haven't seen any of the shorts or played the game, so I don't know how these characters are meant to be portrayed. I assume Sniper was relatively normal compared to most of the other guys, but I didn't know he was a punching bag.
I guess that is also kind of. I mean, a big part of Sniper is that he's very chill and amicable and tries to fancy himself a professional, and like, but he also is like clearly seething with rage and. now
He's
that
a punching bag from the community, but his character is more so, I do the job and I'm proud of what I do.
well, yeah, no, I'm saying that, but I think that's almost a facade because he acts like he doesn't incorporate feelings, but half of his lines show that he feels strongly about his opponents. He's screaming for most of them. He's uh he has like 80 different lines. And I mean
He is an absolute stereotype, though.
yeah, I don't know. I oh wow, really? Really a
Yeah.
stereotypical character in Team Fortress.
Unacceptable.
I guess that is like I do find it amusing. I find sometimes people exaggerate the crustiness, but I do get where it comes from because he is very introverted and tends to be angry. I feel like some people over exaggerate that, especially with the piss thing, because the piss thing is just like a byproduct of him being a workaholic.
It
Like,
was literally just supposed to be like a minor detail. It wasn't supposed to be like the entire community going, haha, he pisses in jars. He must clearly drink it.
yeah, and you know, he is. I feel like Sniper's character is someone who is like tries to like he's not exactly the person he tries to be. And there's a lot of humor from that, and I feel like some people don't play up that contrast enough. This did I think you said it was an exaggeration. This did an okay job. I actually do think Sniper would just kind of go back into his own world because he's not here to gossip. He's here to work. He is a professional.
Sniping's a good job.
Yeah, and he also has a rough relationship with his parents. So this
As long as two people are left in this world, one of them is going to want one of them dead.
one dead. It works. I guess I'm not saying this is flanderization.
Even Scroops have professionals have standards, so
I think what I'm more worried about is that it could become that. For right now, he actually honestly had the funniest chapter. I'm weary.
Tanner, how many chapters of the story have you read?
Just this one, and I've skimmed some of the others.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
like completely alien territory for the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then I got some vetting to do in my spare time, unless I fall asleep from a day of work.
This does make me wish. I'm sorry, I'm talking so much.
No, keep going, keep going.
This does make me wish. And we get a. This makes me wish we got that Adult Swim show.
I'm surprised Team Fortress didn't get one at the peak of its popularity. It's...
Well, they were going to, but Val only finished one episode and just posted it on YouTube. Adult Swim got sick of waiting.
I feel like there's a story time, there's a Scrappy Fan 92 joke in that, but I'm not of mental strength to make it sound good. So
I mean, despite everything, I'm still here.
you are Joey.
Oh,
And
You're welcome.
I'll also say I like that they really own. I like that they owned Heavy's very like introvertedness when he's off the battlefield in this, because it's one of my favorite character traits about him. And also I like that everyone does the PhD in Russian literature, but I do find it interesting seeing him like trying to learn English. That was pedantic.
No, sorry. It's like again, I think the author had had a pretty solid grasp on just kind of getting the quirks of the characters down. Like, yeah, Scout's a boisterous asshole who is probably young and needs to learn things. Medic is a snarky doctor who just probably enjoys his job a little too much.
Oh yeah.
I did say something as a snarky joke in chat a little while before we actually got around to recording and finalizing, like, when we were going to be here right now doing this. It's like, oh god, 9 characters, 7 is bad enough. Scrappy knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say 7 is bad enough. And it's like, in a short story like this, some of the characters didn't get enough time to shine.
Don't mind that.
That's
Medic-
fair.
Medic, literally the butt of the joke, didn't have enough
what
time
Scout
to
is.
be who he was and say his piece in existing in
give
the
you
very
that.
end and
I
basically
don't
his
know why you're
defense.
saying
It's
Medic's
kind of
the butt of the joke. He's not.
he's the butt of what Scout's saying is the joke.
I feel like in order to make this joke work, Medic had to be out of this.
Yeah.
I agree. But in the same breath, Medic, due to it also being the first chapter in the first story done, Medic doesn't get enough pre-story establishment.
Well, I mean, they're assuming you know who everyone is. You're assuming that they want you to give a full rundown of the entire lore. You're coming into this. They're assuming.
No, I'm not expecting a full rundown of the entire lore. Like, obviously, if they limited it to more of an expectation of all people know is to meet the characters and maybe they've played a couple of matches of Control.
Have a good night, Scoop.
I guess they do kind of. I don't know, because I feel like you get an idea of who Medic is solely through how Scout processes him. Like, oh, there's something wrong with him. I guess you could argue that's telling and not showing.
But I'd argue it's kind of showing because his fear is the catalyst for this entire thing.
I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, the Medic is flat out just like the straight man. He's in the beginning, Scout's seen something, and then the story happens, Medic comes in at the end, and then it's, oh my god, I can't believe you came up with this fabrication, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, again, I would
Degenerate.
put a twist. I would have done something besides, oh, that's just not true. I would have thrown in, like, more of a punchline. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Harry, I feel like you and Joy were saying something to each other, and I think it got cut out.
No, we just came. to There could have been more of a punchline. We're kind of just going in circles.
Yeah.
I mean, I just kind of, I just kind of got like shut down.
Yeah, I talk way.
No, it's not. No. It's because like what Jory was saying. Because like what Jory said about the story is that like I'll do a chapter like every like after every episode or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Right,
What I was trying to say before like Jory just shut me down completely is like we instead of like maybe doing that, like I mean we could do that if we wanted to, but we could also go back to the story if we just can't think of what else to read. It'll be just good to just have in the background if we need it.
And that's what I thought Joey said.
He
No,
did.
he
No,
said,
he
like,
didn't. He
maybe-
didn't. He said.
like-
The words used, and then I basically used what you were saying as, yes, you have said what I intended to say in better words.
Yeah. He said just the sober version of it.
That's not the.
You basically gave a better thing
Folks,
and then
how
tried
you
to
enjoying this?
reiterate exactly what I said exactly.
Yeah, that's not what I. That's not what I heard.
Folks at home, type in chat if you think Harry said something different than Joey, or if Joey said what he thinks he said. Everybody,
I'm gonna have to look back in
riveting.
the stream VOD for this because I'm pretty sure Joey said something else.
I believe I said what I said twice, which was every
Anyway, this
story
is the
time
first
episode we
one
go
with
back to
Scrappy.
this for an extra episode and then go back, and then Harry basically gave a
Yeah,
better idea.
that's what you've said. That's not what I'm saying. I said we go back to the story if we're struggling to find anything else to read.
Yeah.
And
That's
And
not.
I said that
that's,
was, and then I said that's better, and then you
Okay.
said no, I said, and it's like I'm fully aware of what I said.
okay.
Yeah, because
The key-
he didn't let me finish.
So what more do you have to say? Because we're back at the exact same point of when this happened.
All right, relax, people.
So it's just the way you like. Oh, never mind.
No,
I
Harry,
feel like I'm
please.
watching an autistic zoo exhibit.
Literally my life, but okay.
Oh gosh, you're all throwing
It
me
just,
off.
it
Okay,
just,
Harry.
it just didn't feel like you were letting me speak properly.
That is fair. You do cut people off a lot, Joey. I do too, and I should.
I get that.
All right.
I just feel like both sides had already been said, and then it felt like the point was being doubled down on to remove my side of it.
I wasn't
Well, I
trying to
get-
remove any side.
All right, we clearly got our wires crossed. Let's just learn to not talk over each other. Harry, you have the floor. If you had something else, please speak your piece.
I mean, it was just, I don't know. Whatever.
Dude, we're fine.
Like I've already like had to deal with like something else happening earlier today. I'm not in the mood for this.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I feel like we should maybe end the episode here.
I'd rather not leave it this salty. So
No, me
Okay.
neither.
the crux of what I got from Harry and Joey is that this story can be used for stopgap episodes. I say with air quotes, in the event that we need a breather or just need something to do. Different flavors of a similar argument. I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
generally
that's
what I
great.
pulled from both of them.
I said stopgap. Harry said in case of lack of additional content. I said
Yeah.
Harry idea was better.
Okay.
Okay.
Although it's
I
not the same thing.
Please move on.
yeah. Okay. If Joey did say my thing was better like during any of that, I honestly didn't hear that. So.
He said something along the lines of, I guess, was it better, quote unquote, better worded version of what I said earlier was what I heard.
Okay.
So
That is exactly what I said, implying what Harry was saying was better.
who left?
Tanner.
Did I leave?
Tanner
Nope.
left.
I'll take your word for it then, because I didn't hear that. What I assumed happened is that you thought I was gonna say this, the stopgap, not stopgap, but like do an episode of one thing and then do an episode of another thing. I thought you assumed I was just gonna say that again.
I thought you knew that you said exactly what you said, and I was trying to agree with you. And then it felt like you were saying that I didn't say what I said.
Okay, so we just got our wires crossed. So we can move on to something else. All right, so hi folks. I had mentioned, I can't remember if I mentioned this on air, but yes, the
It's
Great
3
Disney
a.m.
Game.
by the way.
I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
That's fine.
I-
I'm wired. I'm good.
Yes, so folks, yes, the Great Disney Games, if I have not mentioned this on air, it's still happening, still being written, just trying to get actors. I have the majority of the cast. I just need to get everything sorted out.
Don't tell me we
It's
lost
happening
Scrappy.
eventually.
Oh, there.
No,
He's,
Okay.
Hi.
Welcome back.
So, yes, the Great Disney Games is still happening. We're just trying to get, at this point, it's really just on me. I just need to get focused, clear my head, because I've been sick and lazy and tired.
I fail you.
Get to the brass tacks of, thank you, get to the brass tacks of writing, get that sent, and then the actors can record their lines, and then we can actually get to reading this on air.
I mean, I'm
I
looking
would
forward
like
to all the different like voices for this.
I'm sitting here with bated breath for the first episode to be January 2025.
Jesus.
That's a very optimistic estimate, Joey. So,
But it's
Fight
an
me.
estimate.
You're welcome.
I'd hope we would have read a chapter of it before then.
Christmas Day special.
I mean, it'd be better than reading the Nutcracker Scoob Redux again. So,
Oh no, please don't.
We're not doing that again.
I can't. I don't want to do that a
Oh.
third time.
Wait, you guys did that another time and have it as on the backlog for a third?
We did it
We
twice.
did it.
Yeah.
once
We
in
only did it
2020
twice. I hope we
once
don't do
in-
it a third.
I was in it once. I thought that was like the only time we did it. What the hell?
That was the second time we did it.
We did it the second time because the first time I was sick, audio was not great.
It's
And-
fine. For a special, I'll remarry another member of Seasbrain in Final Fantasy
Yo,
14.
what up, Scrappy? Did you just get like quality standards?
Lol, what? When?
Yeah, once in a while I tried. So 2022's recording was just not the best. So we tried for a better better session. Mileage may vary on that one.
I thought we did a decent enough job.
In the one I was in, which was apparently 2, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I actually scale my mid at 5, so 6 out of 10.
Hey.
Unlike
Okay.
the rest of the internet that says 7 is mid, and anything below is various levels of super
that's
shit.
That's why
Yeah.
every reviewer says 8.5.
Yeah,
That's
if something's like a 7 or a lower, then it's complete trash, not worth playing or watching.
Yeah, a little off topic from everything where we could be ending right now. The majority of places say a 7 is a 5.
No.
8, 9, 10 is good, great, amazing. And then anything lower than 7 is garbage, trash, awful, unplayable, holy shit, what the fuck, kill me.
And this is why I don't like number scores. Like, just
no, it's terrible.
And then there's IGM, which is entirely based on how much they were paid by a mega corporation.
yeah. But no, the number scores just don't like say enough.
If the scale is 1 is the worst, 0 is not even a game, 5 is mid, and 10 is top tier, gonna be remembered for years, I fully agree with Elden Ring being a 9.8 out of 10.
I do think they get paid for it. Like, it is interesting because if they talk about IGN talking about movies is very different from them talking about games, because there's so much more honesty when they're talking about movies that it's genuinely like if they are being paid, which it's clearly only coming from like one industry.
Yeah.
And if we would like to continue this, I would happily do a podcast episode if you're willing to schedule that.
Yeah, this is just turning into a
For
full
now,
podcast.
it is 4 a.m. and I
Yeah.
need to take a piss and go to bed.
Yeah.
You don't have a jar next to you, Joey?
Oh god.
I'm gonna stay on and hang out. I don't know.
I'll make sure to bottle it for the next episode. Anyway,
No, it's method acting.
You gotta drink your own piss.
Okay, so
truly.
the Great Disney Games is still pending. It will be ready when it's ready. Or when my other actors harass me to actually give them material. So,
Wait, I need a
yes.
reason for it?
Pardon?
I need a reason to harass you?
No, you can just message him. He'll get back
I don't
to
think
you
you
in
ever need a
5 to 10
reason to
minutes.
harass Scrappy.
Well,
Scrappy just likes the attention. Just dropping a question and be like, oh god. And you'll know he saw it, thought about it, and thought about you while thinking about it.
Nice.
Alright. Okay, so... So yeah, next episode will probably not be the Great Disney Game, so might be another chapter if I vet it, or it might just be something else.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was
going to commit to anything at the moment.
Right, okay, fair enough. I was gonna ask what we were gonna be doing.
Yeah, we had an entire discussion about that. Let's not rehash it.
Again.
Oh yeah, so that's about all I have to say. So I thank you all for joining me for this return episode, and yeah, it's good to have you back, warts and all.
Sponsored by Tilk's Jaffa Cakes. I'm out. See you guys.
Hopefully the next episode isn't in another like 5 months.
It wasn't fun. Never mind.
I don't know how long it. I don't know how long it was, but it felt like a really long time.
Yeah, it felt like forever.
I had such. Are you done recording, by the way?
Yes, I can stop. Bye.